Garf goes back. Garf goes back, and he just starts investing heavily in the fossil fuel industry. Fuck it.
I gotta watch it again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Player Guides. My name is Nate.
I'm Tom.
I am Cameron.
And we are stuck in a dystopic future here. I think we were just looking through our stuff, but I think we went down to get some snacks for everybody in the basement. Fought a giant robot.
Treats.
Yeah, I saw that someone's, corpse is just sort of hanging out there in the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
No big
Yep,
deal.
and it fell apart, and we have a seed now, I think.
Yes.
So I don't know if we gave the seed to the old man, but I think that's what we need to do, because he's the leader.
Yeah, even in dystopian futures, it's still the white old man
Always in
leading
charge.
the way.
He said, "Careful then and come back alive." So I do have the seed, right? What about coming back?
Or did we get it? I don't remember.
Oh, we did. Well, let's go back and check.
Yeah, we can always go back and check real quick.
Yeah, because we did the.
Oh right, yeah,
This
we
part.
didn't go through here yet. That's what we didn't do.
That's right.
Never
okay.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys are actual enemies now. They're not going to steal from you, as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
I know
they'll
you were
just
very worried about that.
fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, so I guess a quick recap of what all we've been doing in Chrono Trigger. So Tom is on the sticks. It's his first time playing the game. Nate and I have played it before,
Yes.
and we're big fans, and we wanted to share it with Tom because it's a wonderful game. So the story so far is Chrono goes to the fair to visit his friend over on the left there, Thumbs. Oh, no, that's not Thumbs.
No,
That's Velma.
Velma.
Yeah.
Velma / Luca.
Velma's the inventor
Yep.
one. Thumbs is the princess one.
Yeah.
While he's at the fair, he runs into Thumbs, who is just the thirstiest girl on the planet.
It's all thumbs.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
She wants some of that Chrono D. So she essentially gang presses him into a date with her. I would call it, right? Like there's a lot of social pressure. And I get it. Like
Yeah.
she's hot. Like, yeah, he's probably not putting up too
she's
much
flirty
of a fight.
Bulma.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So yeah, flirty Bulma hangs out with Chrono for the day, and then nerdy Bulma gets jealous and pretends the machine has an accident and banishes her to another time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chrono likes flirty Bulma, so he goes back after her. And then
Or-
nerdy
or
Bulma feels bad, so she
Or maybe he
goes,
went to go get the pendant, and they're like, "You're gonna go save her? What a hero!" And he's like,
Yeah,
I believe
I'm
that was
gonna
our
go to
joke.
the pawn shop after this.
Yeah, seriously.
Got shit to do today.
So then we went through the portal, and we wound up in like this much darker, grittier Guardia, our home country, and everything was slightly different. And turns out we went back 400 years into the past, because I think our normal time is 1000 AD. We went back to 600 AD, and they're in the middle of a war with the Fiend race.
Yep.
So from there, we got our bearings. We went to the Manolia Cathedral and got creeped out by the suspiciously
That's right, yeah.
literal thirsty and hungry nuns there. And then we checked out the castle and learned that the queen was missing, but has been found now. But our friend Thumbs is almost identical to her, except in mannerism.
Yeah.
And
she's her descendant. So
Yes.
they stopped looking for the queen because they thought they found her.
Yeah, and in
She
true
got Back
time
to the
traveler fashion, wibbly wobbly fashion.
Thing's name is version 2.0. That's
Yeah.
just it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Once they stopped looking for her, it obviously unwrote our friend Thumbs from reality, and she got disappeared. And then we had to go actually find the real one, and we found our way back to the cathedral where we teamed up with Frog, or Forg in this case.
Forg.
And he was all about getting that queen back, putting her on that throne. But then he was bummed that he couldn't prevent it in the first place, so now he's super down about himself. But then that also brought our friend Thumbs back, and now we went back to our own time, right, Cameron?
Yes.
What happens next?
The infamous trial scene. So the thing that one of the things, because there's so many things to gush about in this game.
That is probably the biggest first event, I think.
Yeah. The actions that Tom took as Chrono at the fair when he was on his date with Thumbs get reflected in his people's judgment of his character in a trial for kidnapping the princess.
Yes, all of the normal RPG moves that people tend to make, not waiting, smashing things like in people's houses, that all comes back to bite you. Yep.
And Tom, you were found to be innocent because overall, I think you're a pretty decent person.
You had a split decision. I think 4, and 3 against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think was bullshit because I didn't know I was being watched.
Well, Tom,
man is the true enemy.
So, Tom, I don't know if you remembered this, but you actually were warned before you even went to the fair. You talked to your mom on the way downstairs, and she says, "I want you to behave yourself today."
Well, yeah, but in the context of the game, it's like, well, okay, that's just generic RPG shit.
But it is in writing. It's
but it's not generic RPG shit, and that's what makes Chrono Trigger so amazing.
So
Tom.
awesome! Everything fucking matters.
You were supposed to know. How come you didn't do it?
Right?
And actually,
but
so
it is really cool.
Let me ask you guys something. While we're beating up these slimes, who has played Mass Effect or Fallout?
I played the second one, I think.
I've played 1 and 2. Mass Effect 1 and 2, and I've played Fallout 3 for a little bit. I played it for several hours, and then I played New Vegas briefly.
So my personal opinion is that this old-ass Super Nintendo game that we're playing remastered on the DS, not even remastered, just kind of ported to the DS, does a better, consequence system than any modern RPG because of how subtle they are about it. Because in Mass Effect and Fallout, they fucking tell you, they're like, that was an asshole thing to do, or that was a good thing to do,
out. Yeah,
or that person likes you better now, or
and then pull this trigger for renegade option.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas in this, it's just behave like a human being, and people will react accordingly.
Yeah,
and I wish that games didn't feel the need to fill up a morality meter.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's kind of nicer when you don't have to worry about that.
Well, because it kind of embraces, I will try and play the game, say Skyrim or Fallout. I'll try and play through my first time just answering how I would. Granted, that's also pretty Boy Scoutish in the end, because I try and do the good options very, often.
Nate's a fucking nerd.
I know, right? But I'll, there's a hint of petty vengeance in there as well. If anybody watched my Dark Souls streams, you know that if I get killed or hurt by some guy, I have to go back and explicitly kill that guy. But yeah, most of the part, it's pretty good. I play a pretty good character. But I think this game, tries to let you do what you want. Like you said, play it like a human being, but it also it doesn't try and encourage you to one way or the other. It's just do what you normally do.
There are multiple, and
he's finding it. Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, we'll shut up for a second.
Like how the year is also 1999.
Yeah.
They make no effort to change that at all.
Fuck. Well, remember that when this game came out, that was the far future of 10 years from the release date.
This came out in 94. This was
5 years.
That's
future. 5 years from the release date.
Yeah.
Back when saying the year 2005 is the future.
Yeah, Jetsons were
20XX.
Yeah. So now you have an idea of how the Earth came to be this way. Something cracked open the Earth's crust and started just shooting out tons of stuff.
It's always Godzilla every time.
Yeah. But that's why everything sucks now.
No, it can't be. I won't believe it. Why would they call that monster hands in Spanish?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie on its own. I've only ever seen the
Manos?
Yeah.
The Hands of Fate. It's really strange. Oh, she's bummed, man. Look at her.
It's her fault. She was like, "What does this button do?" And that's your problem. Quit fucking pressing.
We can change it. Change history, just like Garf did when he saved me. We have to. Right, Velma? Right, Garf? I mean,
Velma's like,
Long
I
time.
Yeah, I
guess
guess
so.
so.
But like, this is a sweet Mad Max future,
we've got
and
gates
like,
that will let us move through time. Okay, what do you say, Garf?
Okay. I mean,
Nah.
we gotta have to anyway, don't we? Like,
That's
get back home?
900 years in the future. I don't think I'll be around for it.
yeah, it doesn't affect me personally, so I don't give a fuck.
I won't be around for it.
Sorry about all you survivors. I guess you're just gonna
Next
be
stop,
dead.
the Chrono Dome.
Garf goes back. Garf goes back, and he just starts investing heavily in the fossil fuel industry. Fuck it.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Hey, you can watch it again. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's where we'll drill.
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna make you watch the whole thing again. My bad.
Yeah. Well, it's all right.
Look at the size of this thing, though. This is the
It
size
looks like
of a
Nergigante
city.
to me because it's like all spiky.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a fairly. Yeah.
From what I can see, anyway. It looks
It's
kinda like
actually, yeah. Well, Nergigante in terms of the spikes, but also it
dome-shaped.
could be. What's the Nergigante's big buddy?
Zora Magdaros.
Yeah. Zora
it's kind of
Magdaros.
a mix of the two when you see it.
His scale with Nerg's motif.
Yeah.
All right, so now we know how the world ends. With
Yeah.
a bang, but with a bigger bang.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get a bigger board with a bigger,
Bigger
nail.
nail. Soon they'll make a board with a nail so big it will destroy them all. Vote Kodos.
Did I go this way? Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
got
You.
this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sometimes
Fuck them
you're gonna.
bugs.
Yeah. Fuck them up. God, there was sleep shit.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Status Effects,
Ah.
man. It's the first
They
one,
waited so long to bring them into play.
right?
Although I guess
How
most.
long- this is episode.
used it
This is episode
7?
7. Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
with
like
30-minute intervals.
3 hours. We're
That's
about
true.
3
And I guess
hours.
yeah, since we're recording, I'm not taking as much time as I usually would
Yeah.
playing it.
Oh, he's going to Proto Dome, so I wonder if he's gonna hear the song too. Cameron knows what I'm talking about. Our viewers might know what I'm
So
talking
yeah,
about.
this is the first
Oh, yeah.
episode I'm playing with me being able to hear the game audio, which is changing it quite a bit.
Yeah, I hear it clearly anyway. We had it on
Yeah.
like on TV volume, but we had to share it with Cameron's voice, and it would cause an echo if we got it too loud. So I did this new
Yeah.
setup is letting him really truly experience the music, which I think is actually a pretty integral part of the experience.
Oh, definitely. Like we were saying earlier, there's so many things to gush about this game.
Mhm. Music is definitely one of them.
And,
Yeah.
like, okay, so let's list off. Fuck it. While we're traveling and fighting, give me your. I've got my top 3 favorite things about Chrono Trigger. Nate, you take some time to think about your top 3, and we'll see how many of ours match.
Okay.
Let me know
What's
when
your
you're
favorite
ready.
thing about our Overlord? I think our Overlord is just great.
All right. I would say. I mean, I think I like the story the most because it's a time travel storyline that is done fairly well, and that is inherently difficult to do. But they keep their I think their time travel rules consistent throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it is a game with I'd say a soft magic system. So there's some flexibility in it, but that's like just part of the world they live in.
Yeah. So I'd say the story is probably my favorite thing about this.
It's interesting that you mention that because it's not the story directly, but my absolute favorite thing about the game is the fact that it has multiple endings, but the multiple endings are not tied to like good Paragon Renegade levels. It's just here's your actions, and
it makes
that ties
logical
into
sense of why things went that way.
Yeah,
based
and
on when you decided to end things.
Because of how tightly woven the story is, because of how good a job they did with the story, the multiple endings, like each one of them makes narrative sense if you choose the actions that lead that way.
Hope. I haven't heard that name in years. Essentially what he just said.
So, fun fact for everyone: I was online looking for art for the thumbnails, and Doan, this guy here who's talking, is Chrono's descendant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it turns out, At least according to the Wikipedia, the fan Wikipedia.
Jet
Oh,
bike.
jet bike.
Jet bike key. Oh, you're gonna meet Johnny. Yeah. If anybody
so we gotta
deserves a
head to
Brooklyn
Site
accent, it's fucking
32.
Johnny. I'm pretty sure they even write it that way, right? I don't know. I don't remember. Like, he's definitely that guy, kind of guy.
Yep. So we
Alright.
got to head to Area 32, and we got to take a
Yep.
jet bike over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to...
So they're telling you now, Tom, there's like another little sub-dungeon on the way
Right.
that you have the option of going to do it, but they wouldn't recommend it just because, I mean, why
do
would
they
they?
know?
Yeah, what do they know? They don't know your strength.
Me?
So you can do it if you want, but you can also do it later. Or you could do it never, I don't think.
yeah, I don't think you necessarily have to go in the sewers.
Yeah. So that's another thing. That's the other part I was going to say next. I think it's to your right is the sewer thing. If you want to do that, if
This
not,
thing
go
is-
straight up the road, and that'll take you to the highway thing for the jet bike. Yeah, abandoned sewers is the little mini dungeon thing they were
Do I need
talking
to
about.
save? I don't remember if I can save.
You can save in the overworld, or you can also save at the
Okay.
save point, the little green sparkles.
Well, I figured maybe I'll go there and get my ass kicked.
Okay.
Go back and
Awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
stop.
I'm down.
So Nate, what was the next thing?
I like that they aren't completely set on, like, they'll allow you to complete this game 100%, but by no means do you have to. They have a bunch of like side quests, and then Cameron knows like the big subversion of expectation when it comes to the characters partway through the game. You don't have to fix it if you don't want to. In fact, they don't even make it very obvious if you don't want to, if you want to try and fix it. It's kind of obscure and esoteric,
Yes.
but you can do it. And it's that that deviation from expectation that I thoroughly enjoy. That, life can go on after tragedy.
Damn, we're like kind of step in step. Because my next one was going to say, like, to me, this is the balance between an open world game and a linear game that I like to see. I don't need super duper open world games. Like, I'll take that back. There's certain open world games I love, like Breath of the Wild or Mass Effect, where you can go do missions and you can do the story stuff, but there's this world to explore. But they also don't like make you collect a billion fucking things to get all the things on your map. Like, I hate I've grown to hate the Assassin's Creed style open world games.
Yeah, Ubisoft stuff, just they put too much shit in their open world games. The completion doesn't feel fun, it feels like a big chore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this, like, this is a linear RPG, but there's just enough side stuff, like the sewers, like what you're talking about, Nate, with in terms of the way you could progress certain story elements and not do others. That, like, the game director has perfect control over the narrative pacing while also letting you explore to your heart's content, and I really, really like that.
Yeah.
Because
Agreed.
so many open world games can just get bogged down. Like a Fallout game, you essentially the main storyline, the game designer has to kind of throw up their hands and be like, we can't really give this the pacing that a focused storyline would get, because we know that the player 10 minutes in is going to wander off into the middle of nowhere and forget about this quest.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, like, the Oblivion games and the Fallout games, like, they kind of, I mean, there's a lot of great things about those, but they suffer from that particular element. Whereas Chrono Trigger, I think, because they open up the world in, like, little elements that are very subtle that you can explore or you don't have to, but it's not everything all at once. They still keep this, like there's still a pace of the story moving forward, and it's like, okay, now we know the world's going to end. Now we got to go back and fix it. While we're doing that, we can explore this a little bit, but we're not going to, like, wander off and forget about the world ending.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they really do a good job of intertwining the A story and the B story, I think. All the little subplots per era you have to get into. They all still tie back into the main thing you're doing.
Yeah.
I like how they had to stop to say, "Hey, I just want to let you know this is a bad idea. And you're stupid for having done it." Like, okay, cool. thanks, guys.
Well, you're a hero, man. That's kind of
Yeah, Chrono is kind of. He's a Goku.
Yeah, he's definitely a
That's
Goku.
true.
He does things that normal people wouldn't want to do, and that kind of defines.
He's a hero type.
Yeah, exactly. So how you liking these new enemies in the sewers there, Tom?
They're good. I think I need to get some new weapons though. I think Thumbs
Feel a little underpowered?
Yeah, I'm doing like 37 consistently with her little gun thing. I'm not sure if that's if I'm. No, then I'm also doing 28 on
Yeah.
Velma, so I'm not sure.
And Thumbs
It feels like maybe I need to be a little stronger. Like, not that the characters are like under level, but that the equipment might be a little
Maybe.
low, but I don't know.
There is the opportunity to, I think, get some stronger equipment. There's, I don't remember exactly, but I feel like every time you get to a new area, you can essentially there's
Yeah,
like
there's a
two
shop somewhere.
upgrade you can take.
Yeah.
You can like there's a shop and it'll have like one upgrade, and then each character will have a weapon upgrade that they can find in the environment. But as long as you don't miss like 3 zone upgrades in a row, like you're
Right.
not going to be super underleveled.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And they do a pretty good job of level pacing.
Yes.
Oftentimes,
the game
if you're having trouble with an enemy, experiment with the type of attacks you're doing to it,
yeah,
and that will provide you with some insight on how to beat them more easily.
it's
Like I said,
rarely
every
the
enemy
case-
has a gimmick.
Yeah, it's rarely the case that you're just not doing enough DPS.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just checking out some of my equipment here. Just to remember what any of this is.
And then also,
That's right, they
just
got
so
all the
yeah,
iron
a lot of
stuff,
these
too.
fights that you're doing, you don't have to do. Like if you can find a way around that cheese, you probably won't have to fight anybody. Granted, that
Right.
might be the one you have to do, but like
I
the
was
other
gonna
ones,
say,
you
I
can
can't.
slip above.
Yeah.
So, like, don't take the bait on some of
my
these,
quick-
and you should be fine.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I always end up taking the main path and forgetting that the side path is the one I didn't take.
I'm through. I can't take any more of this fish. The fishman attack.
Make the slightest noise.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that means you've been tripping over all sorts of things. Like you scared that cat, it made noise. They attacked. You tripped over that garbage, and they attacked. So we'll see.
I don't think I have a choice on this cheese bit though.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that
The
way.
cheese.
Yeah. Do you go up or do you go down, or can you even get around it at all?
Yeah.
Hey, once Chrono's through, it's very
Okay,
it's
I was
very
gonna say, 'cause
earthbound.
I was like, it seemed
Yeah,
yeah,
the
if your
rest
lead
of the
character
party
wouldn't do it.
doesn't really exist in terms of like physically.
I figured
Yeah.
that was coming.
They really baited you, and like that's another thing I really enjoy is that they troll the hell out of you,
They're
out of the
cheeky.
player,
Yep.
and I just really thoroughly
I think
appreciate
I
that.
did like, well, I guess I had a crit, but I'm doing the most damage with Chrono's sword, doing 70. So
Yeah.
I might be able to just
Chrono's very much a DPS
Wear 'em
focus,
down.
whereas Marley might be your or Thumbs, as it were, is more
She's
of your
your healer.
heals,
Yeah.
heals, and she can do some AOE
I
stuff.
keep forgetting that Velma's got text too. I need to start doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Velma's got a
Thumbs has the
flamethrower,
healing one.
or Luca,
But-
as the case may be.
Everyone does like it's not gonna pigeonhole everyone into like super strong RPG like archetypes.
It's
You
really
don't have
comes
to
down to
worry
how you
about,
want to
like,
spec them with their gear.
Mhm.
Like they have a base set, but they're all kind of middle way through everything. They are like they tend mildly toward one way or the other, but you can overcome that with gear quite easily, and you can also steer into the skid too if you want.
Right. Okay.
And that is, speaking of the characters, that's kind of going to be my third favorite thing about Chrono Trigger. And it's because there's so much to love. But my third favorite thing is, to me, this is Akira Toriyama at his most.
Toriyama-ness.
No, I would say his least Toriyama-ness. He's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the most creative
what
in his
is-
character
Try going all the way up
design.
to the top.
What?
Hold on. We'll get to that for a second. Go to the very
Yep,
top
yep.
and then go to the right.
Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
that's the one thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the maps is that
Yeah.
it is deceptively close in.
Yeah, things can be hidden. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
I
like
see.
that kind of shit will just hold you up from progressing in the story. You'll wander around for a while. I'm gonna try and avoid that since we're doing a playthrough. And
Yeah, that's the
I
back
should
in
know
the day
better.
they would do that to make the game last way longer.
God,
Anyway.
fucking Metroid's the worst about that.
Yeah, Metroid especially.
Yeah. So sorry, Ken, I know you completed that thought, but tell me again.
No, it's just like in this game compared to Dragon Quest or Dragon Ball Z, I think he has the most diversity in his character design. Like, not all the aliens have the exact same design. The hints of his style are still there, where you have like those socket ears, kind of a lot of like frog themes, but the characters like Chrono looks like a very Toriyama character, but Velma and Thumbs don't like. They have hints of it, but it's not as dramatic as the other games. Where in Dragon's Quest, like I can feel like it's almost like to the point where I mix characters up because everyone has essentially the same face and haircut and other stuff.
Yeah,
And that's something I appreciate about this game.
that's fair. Yeah. Because these two girls are essentially different aspects of Bulma, and then I take it back. The other one is not buff Bulma. She's just launched without a gun.
Yeah.
So yeah. But and then Magus has got Vegeta's Widow's Peak going on.
But he also doesn't have like the same haircut as Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. All right, so that attack, Tom, does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It'll bring you down to 1 every time. So just a heads up on that.
Okay. Well, the good thing I didn't heal before I came in then.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, so long as you have 2 HP, that attack shouldn't kill you, as far as I can tell.
Yep.
I'll do Fire Whirl. Fuck it. Time to use my big.
Yeah, go Nova on him, because I think this guy is he's kind of like the soft boss of this level. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
like
fair
this
to say.
dungeon. He is certainly a lesson in future encounters of his type.
Right.
Yeah, he teaches you about kind of the pacing you need to have regarding healing.
Yeah. So that'll do most everything to you. Yeah, and then
Yeah, just keep doing my attacks.
yeah, so long as he's stuck on Chrono, why not? Oh, you got him.
Okay.
Nicely
No,
done,
nice.
Tom.
I was gonna say.
I remember he bodied
assuming
me my
it's-
first time through, but you got the knack for this.
Well, it's weird because usually when I play the RPGs, I'm much more cautious. But since we're playing in like recording mode, I'm kind of just like,
Fuck
fuck
it.
it, I gotta do it anyway. Which is kind of better because that benefits me better in games when I just don't. Like a lot of times in Dark Souls 1, I would miss a lot of stuff because I just kind of assume, oh, that's too high level for me. I just can't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I end up missing out on things that are geared toward my level. Like usually, I probably wouldn't have done the sewers if I played through normally by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would try it out and then fight a couple enemies and then just be like, all right, well, I'll just get back to it later. And then
Yeah, I don't think... I'm trying to think. I don't think
Wonderblade.
in your first playthrough there is any area that is like the area where they show you, oh, this is this cool thing that you can do later when you're a higher level. They
Right.
don't really
I
do
assume that
in this
game might have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it right now if you really wanted to. Yeah. All right.
So I was in the sewers now.
You were in the sewers and you traveled underground.
Over there.
That mountain is going to be pretty important throughout any era. Well, maybe not
So,
every
have we
era,
been-
but it is
have we
a
been on
fixed
this, like,
point on the
location
planet.
Before? Yeah. I don't remember.
You have not been to the Southern Continent.
Yeah, you have not been to this area. You came in. You kind of traveled under the water.
Yeah, in medieval Guardia, there was a bridge that linked to the Southern Continent, but it was broken at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We thought it was stone from far away, but it turned out to be wood later.
Yeah.
I don't see a save point. So I'm going to assume I need to heal a little bit.
Well, you can go up further.
Yeah, or maybe.
Who do we have here?
Fuck is that thing? Is that just a walking face?
Yeah.
Strange construct.
Oh, wise one, I cannot wait to see what program code you will install in me next. Oh-ho! That sort of appreciation that makes all my work worthwhile. How's the current one? Seems a little better than before anyhow.
The constructs are the people.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way now.
This
Welcome
was,
to the
what
vaults.
was that game with 2B, that sexy ass android?
Near Automata.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
was
a
Nier
game.
Automata the whole time!
Yeah.
Shava, Ola, I've missed you so. Oh no, you mustn't go to Death Peak. Wouldn't make it very far anyway. It has to be the right time, and it has to be them, or the way is shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Have you seen my masterpieces? The Ocean Palace and the Blackbird? I designed and built them both, you know. Fine works.
Man, they are
wouldn't you say?
throwing a bunch of uppercase proper nouns at me. If I were Chrono, I'd be like, what the fuck is
Who the-
anyone talking about?
Who is any of this? Yeah, no, this guy seems to be having his own narrative
Yeah.
without you.
So, okay, the boxes and these doors seem like they're going to be open with the same power or something
Possibly.
similar.
It seemed to be a similar mechanic for
Yeah.
sure.
It's the mysterious late game power that you won't get until the very end. Hope you like backtracking. What's up here? Anything?
Not a lot. I will say this place is important. So
I
it's because you know
figured,
that
yeah.
that it's here.
When they're this vague about stuff in any RPG, you know
Yeah.
you're coming back here for something.
So, but it is. I don't think you can do much else here right
Right.
now.
Okay. That's neat.
Yeah.
So I guess the sewers are just sort of to get you. I guess I'd have to go back.
Yeah,
at
they're a
some
dungeon.
point.
You get some cool stuff in them, but it's a kind of a bridgeway. Although you could try and check out that mountain right there.
What? Oh, the Death Peak. Okay.
Yeah, let's just see what's up.
So I'm wondering, like, if I had done the sewers later, in this future era, if I had done it later, that would be a story thing, right? Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, it's still part of the story thing now. It's just you did
Right.
it sooner
There's
than
a
later.
difference if I had done it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I can't block myself. On
Uh-huh.
that. All right. Well.
Yeah, so just wanted to have you experience that. But on that note, what do you say we call this an episode, guys? I think we made some good progress, and we will travel through the sewers next time and get back on to Proto Dome.
Yeah,
where we're supposed to
Sounds
go.
good.
Awesome.
Wilson.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, everyone, and hopefully we will continue our adventure next time. Later.
Thanks for playing with us.
See ya.